Hello my dear students. So today in this session we will study about the seasons of Assam. During the winter season, a high pressure system is formed in the Brahmaputra valley due to marked fall in temperature and increase of cold condition. So often what we see during the winter seasons that a high pressure system is occasionally formed in the Brahmaputra valley. As a result, what happened? It is quite marked in fall in temperatures and increase of cold conditions. On the other hand, relatively a low pressure condition prevails at that time in the Bay of Bengal. And it is due to such a change in the pressure conditions between summer and winter, the direction of wind in winter becomes just opposite of the summer southwest monsoon wind. So is it clear? So from this para what we came to know that as some kind of changes in the pressures system in the Bay of Bengal also. So what happened? The change in the pressure conditions occur between summer and the winter season in Assam. That means in Brahmaputra valley. And what happened? The direction of wind in winter becomes just opposite of the summer southwest monsoon wind. That means it will go in the opposite directions as that of the wind that blows in the summer season. Is it clear all of you? The wind that formed in the upper Brahmaputra valley in winter blows towards the Bay of Bengal is known as northeast monsoon wind or retreating monsoon. Is it clear? So during the winter season, what happened? When the wind will blows towards the Bay of Bengal is known as what? Northeast monsoon wind or retreating monsoon. That means it will become in just the opposite direction of the southwest monsoon wind. Is it clear? In simple terms, you can say in the winter seasons when the monsoon wind will blow from northeast side to the Bay of Bengal, this is known as what? Retreating monsoon. Retreating means what? Going back monsoon. Is it clear? Retreating means in simple term we can say as reverting. That means what? Going back. Is it clear? Next we can say that the dry northeast monsoon wind. Now this northeast monsoon wind blowing from the northeast part to the bay towards the Bay of Bengal. Okay, so this remains dry because in entire northeast region there is only hilly areas. There is no any kind of rivers. Is it clear? We have some kind of rivers, but it is quite blowing from that entire northeast or from the hilly terrain towards the Bay of Bengal. So it remains completely dry. And what happened? Let's see that after absorbing some moisture from the Brahmaputra river and its tributaries, sometimes in winter gives some amount of rainfall in southwestern part of Assam. Yes, this is the main very important point. Now you see, so after blowing from the northeast region, when the wind will blow towards the Bay of Bengal, it will carry a little amount of moisture. As I already told you that entire the northeast area is what? Quite hilly. But from the Brahmaputra rivers and from its tributaries, a little amount of moisture the monsoon wind will carry, and as a result what happen? When during the winter season it will come back, that means it will go back, it will retreat, and as a result in the southwestern part of Assam a little amount of rainfall it can happen, and a little amount of rainfall it can happen, but only during the winter season. The average amount of temperature in winter is always 7 degrees Celsius, and in summer it becomes 35 degrees Celsius in the Brahmaputra valley. Is it clear? And next we can see an average rainfall. Annually, Assam receives about 200 centimeters. So don't get confused. What is the average annual rainfall in Assam? It is quite about 200 centimeter. And what is annual average rain temperature? It is 7 degrees Celsius during the winter. Average temperatures and 35 degrees Celsius during the summer season. Due to the overall impact of the state's topographic condition, location and presence of neighboring hills, the distribution of rainfall in the state is quite uneven. Is it clear? So what are the factors that are responsible for the variation of rainfall? That is due to the overall impact of the state's topographic condition, location of the state, and presence of neighboring hills. These factors quite responsible for the variation in the rainfall in the state. The annual rainfall exceeds 250 cm in the districts of Tinsukia, Dibrugarh, Dhemaji, Lakhimpur, Sivsagar in Upper Assam, and Kokrajhar and Dhubri districts of Lower Assam. Is it clear? So remember that the annual average rainfall exceeds 250 cm in these districts, that is Tinsukia, Dibrugarh, Dhemaji, Lakhimpur, Sivsagar in Upper Assam, and Kokrajhar and Dhubri districts of Lower Assam. Is it clear? And Kachar, Karimganj and Hailakandi districts of southern Assam. That means in the Barak Valley. On the other hand, the amount of rainfall is quite less in Nagaon and Karbi Anglong districts of central Assam, because this entire part falls in the leeward side, as already we have discussed in our previous class, and it is worth mentioning that the Lanka Lamding region of Nagaon district receives annual rainfall of 120 cm only. That means very less amount of centimeter. Only these districts, that means Nagaon, Karbi Anglong districts of central Assam and the Lanka Lamding region of Nagaon, that is these districts quite receives very less amount of rainfall, as because these entire districts fall in the leeward side and as a result it receives very scanty amount of rainfall. On the other hand, the amount of rainfall is quite less in Nagaon and Karbi Anglong districts of central Assam, because this entire part falls in the leeward side, as already we have discussed in our previous class, and it is worth mentioning that the Lanka Lamding region of Nagaon district receives annual rainfall of 120 cm only. That means very less amount of centimeter. Only these districts, that means Nagaon, Karbi Anglong districts of central Assam and the Lanka Lamding region of Nagaon, that is these districts quite receives very less amount of rainfall, as because these entire districts fall in the leeward side and as a result it receives very scanty amount of rainfall. So basically, based in the differences in the condition of climatic elements of different times, the entire seasons of Assam can be further classified into 4 climatic seasons. Is it clear? Number 1, that is pre-monsoon season. So the pre-monsoon season in Assam prevails during early March to the end of May, and this season starts immediately after winter. Since the beginning, the atmospheric temperature starts increasing slowly. So when the pre-monsoon season occurs, the pre-monsoon season starts in Assam during early March to the end of May. So from the early March to the end of May, this entire season is known as what? Pre-monsoon season. Pre-monsoon means what? When the monsoon will come before that particular time, particular period. During the period of pre-monsoon, the morning is pleasant, scorching midday. That means very, we feel very hot in the very. That means during in the afternoon time, and that means this is known as what? Scorching midday. Very hot we can feel. We can vary the temperature quite increases in a very high rate, and tiring afternoon. So afternoon we feel very tired, okay, and sudden rainfall with lightning and thunder storms sometimes in the evening or at night, okay. So this is quite some kind of characteristics of pre-monsoon season. So occurrence of this pre-monsoon type of rainfall before monsoon helps in the cultivation of paddy, tea and jute in the state, and during this period of pre-monsoon, spring season prevails in Assam, and we always used to celebrate our Bohag Bihu, that is or Rongali Bihu, and this can be quite celebrated during this pre-monsoon season and in the middle of April in the state. Next is monsoon season. Monsoon season generally prevails during early June to end of September in Assam. This is the rainy season in Assam. So when the monsoon season starts, it starts from early June to the end of September. That means now we are experiencing monsoon season. When the September will end, the monsoon season will also end. Is it clear? So during this period, moderate to heavy rainfall occurs under the influence of southwest monsoon wind almost continuously in different parts of the state. So now we are facing this very heavy rainfall. So this heavy rainfall is only due to the southwest monsoon wind. June, July and August are the months of maximum rainfall in Assam. Is it clear? So June, July, August are the months of maximum rainfall during monsoon seasons in Assam. Okay. So total annual rainfall in Assam, as already we have studied, is about 200 centimeter. Is it clear? And some kind of rice cultivation such as sali paddy, that means hali saul অসমীয়াত jitu koa hoy. So these are quite very much cultivated during this period. And due to the occurrence of heavy rainfall in most parts of the state, including the surrounding hilly areas also, the level of the Brahmaputra and Barak and their tributaries rises and often create floods. And only due to the impact of southwest monsoon wind, we experience the southwest monsoon type of rainfall in this monsoon season, and which resulted the increase in the level of water of the Brahmaputra and the Barak rivers, and which often create floods. So now we are facing this is only due to this southwest monsoon wind, and we are experiencing now monsoon season. Next is retreating monsoon season. Retreating means what? Going back. Is it clear? The southwest monsoon wind starts withdrawing from the end of September. So after monsoon season, that means after the end of September, when the wind will go back, withdraw. Is it clear? The southwest monsoon will go back to where? From the northeast portion towards the Bay of Bengal. Is it clear? And this means there is decrease of temperature and rainfall in this season following the end of rainy season. As a result of decreasing temperature, air pressure in the state begins to increase, and thereby the wind direction completely gets reversed, blows from northeast to southwest. Is it clear now? So already we have discussed that this is what during, that means beginning of the winter season. Okay, beginning of the winter season. After the monsoon season, we experience a retreating monsoon, and during this season, what happened? The temperature becomes less. As a result, the pressure will increase, and the wind direction it completely reversed. It will go from northeast direction to southwest direction of India. Is it clear, all of you? This is called northeast monsoon or retreating monsoon. So this retreating monsoon generally prevails in Assam during October to November, or for only 2 months. Is it clear? That means on this retreating monsoon prevails in Assam only for 2 months, that is October and November. So during this time period, formation of fogs occurs in the night and morning due to temperature decrease. Now when you will wake up in very early, so you will see, that means there we will say fog, dew, mist, isn't it? And this is only because due to this retreating monsoon season. That means beginning of the winter season. Number 4 is dry winter season. Winter season prevails in Assam during the end of November or beginning of December to the end of February. So this is what, when the dry winter season will occur in the month of November, that means the end of the month of November or beginning of December, and then it prevails up to the end of February. The characteristics of winter season in Assam are very low temperature, that means below 10 degrees Celsius, and thick clouds in the morning, and a very dry condition due to lack of rainfall. This is why the months of December and January are very dry, and the month of January is too cold. And during this winter season, the Hali paddy is harvested, and Bhogali or Magh Bihu is also celebrated. So when the dry winter season prevails in the state, it prevails in Assam during the end of November or beginning of December to the end of February. This entire period is known as what? Dry winter season, and it experiences extremely dry type of climate. And some kind of rice cultivation such as hali can be harvested during the and Bhogali Bihu or Magh Bihu is celebrated. We came up to the end of this session. So in our next class we will discuss about the soils and the natural vegetation of Assam. And these things are very easy, I think, because in India chapter already we have got all these parts, especially the soils and the natural vegetation also same, because Assam is as one of the state of India. So here in this session we have discussed about the seasons of Assam. So this much is quite enough for this class. So next we will discuss about the soils and the natural vegetations of Assam. So thank you so much and have a nice day.